Hi guys, I'm gonna spark up with you guys. Y'all already know. If you're already here, this is part 3. So you guys, everybody's taking this girl in. She's the new everything. But of course, my stepdad's mom, she was unaware of everything. She thought everything was good and dandy, everything good and normal. Nothing going on over here. That she got stuck. You guys, eventually, guess what happens? My stepdad just had enough. He decided that he was ready to come running back. He begged and shit, and he convinced my mom that he was not gonna do it again, that it was a mistake.
Please forgive me.
Oh, wait. This went on for like, weeks, months. I'm just telling you the big events that happened. But in that meantime, throughout that time, my mom would put me on the phone and tell me like,
call him and tell him that you need money. Call him and tell him that you need some shoes. Call him and
because she was not in contact with him anymore. But she would have me and call him and be like, tell him that you need this. Tell him that you want money. Tell me you want some shoes. And I'm like, I don't though. And she was like,
yeah, but tell him.
And I'm like, girl, like, what is this getting you? Like, and I will feel so fucking awkward asking him for shit.
Tell him that you want him to pick you up.
Because to me, I'm like, he ain't my dad, bro. And then I'm like, I never asked him for shit even when he was here. And now I'm all of a sudden gonna start. That's gonna be awkward as fuck. And she would have me fucking on the phone doing that shit. And he over here picking me up, taking me cruising with him, and meeting up with his little crew over there. And I'm like, I would be in the car like this, like, I don't like none of y'all. Y'all think I'm gonna be cool with y'all after what y'all did to my mom? When he was like taking me like cruising, like, I feel like he was doing it because he knew that I like a lot of the things that he liked. He had a blazer, a black blazer, and I love that. And he had the system in it, and he would bump the speakers, and he would bump them so fucking loud. And he would go cruising. Like, I loved all that shit. I love doing all that shit. But I'm like, nah, like, I'm not gonna let it show it. And he would bump it. And so one day, he pulled up, I don't know, he pulled up somewhere or something. And I was in the car with him, and I got off, and I slammed the door. And I went and I told my mom, and I'm like, I have a fucking headache, because he was playing the fucking radios hella loud, and like everything was trembling, and now my head hurts. And I was fucking lying. Like, I was a fan of all that, but I hated it, because she wanted to act over here like,
I don't care about you. I'm not looking for you.
like, girl, you're the one telling me to call him. What are you talking about? Back to my stepdad running back, making everybody else look dumb, especially Annie. Because Annie, like, Humpty Dumpty, Corella, stupid as fuck. I know they felt stupid as fuck, especially Humpty Dumpty. Annie should feel fucking stupid as fuck, because she was riding hard for fucking Hoisha. She wanted her brother, which is my stepdad, she wanted him to stay with Hoisha at all costs. And she was mad when he went running back to my mom. Here comes the Annie part, you guys. It's her time to shine. So Annie was pissed that my stepdad came running back. And even after that, they're still telling her shit, flipping her off. But eventually, Hoisha and her fucking stupid ass kids move out. They leave. Goodbye. See you never. You know, they're back together and back to the same old bullshit. Except now, my mom was cooking. Before all this happened, she would cook. She would at least cook. Okay, she would serve him his plate of food. They were arguing and stuff, you know, but she would serve him his plate. She would cook. She would do all this wifey duty things. And after all this went down, you know, the trust is gone. They're back together. I don't know for why, but the trust is gone, completely out the door. Her trust issues, ooh, bad. If they were bad before, imagine now. Not even I could handle them. Cause she going crazy. She accusing him over everything. Where you at? FaceTime me, send me your location. You lying. You always lying. Why are you late? And he over here like, you know, trying. All the cheaters, when you know, when they're trying to fucking get you back to where they want, they're gonna do everything right. So he's over here trying, and he's like, I saw I'm not doing nothing, sending her his location and everything, you know. He's over here just kissing the booty hole and shit. So one day we go to my grandma's house. And my grandma, she didn't live far from us. She lived a couple blocks away. And it took me 10 minutes getting to her house walking. And I know that because I used to walk to her house all the time, and I used to walk back. We go to my grandma's house. For some reason, I think my mom was gonna leave my little brother with my grandma because she would babysit him all the time. So she was dropping my little brother off, and when we got there, Annie was there, and I think some other sisters of my stepdad's were there. I think like 2 other of his sisters. I'm not really sure who all was there, but I know there was like more family members there, and they were all siblings. And I guess when my mom came in, Annie started making remarks about my mom. My mom's just tired. Like at this point, she's just tired of everything, and she's just tired of like hearing it every time she runs into her or Hoisha. They're always telling her shit, or Hoisha's kids. Like she's just tired of it all. So my grandma does not know what's going on, and you know, they don't want to tell her. They don't want to worry her because she's, you know, she's already older, and you know, they don't want to worry her or make her sick or anything. And my mom tells Annie if they could go outside and talk. And so they go outside their apartment, and supposedly they start talking, because outside it was just them two. They're outside and they're talking, and then all of a sudden you hear like Annie just like scream. I think like she screamed, or she like cried or something, but she did something like really loud to the point where like she made everybody come out the apartment. Like, what the fuck is going on? So I don't know what the fuck the conversation went down. I don't know what was said to this day. But the point is that my mom just smacked the shit out of her. She just reached over with her hand and bopped her in the face. And Annie over here, mad as fuck, making a big ass deal about it. And it's like, come on, girl. You, like, if I'm like, in general, I'm glad she didn't swing on my mom. But who's gonna sit there and just cry about it when someone just smacked the shit out of you? You're just gonna cry about it and yell and make a big ass scene? Why aren't you swinging? What the fuck are you doing? I don't understand, bro. Especially after all this shit that they was talking about they wanted to beat my mom up. Come out, I'm gonna beat you up with a bat. I'm gonna do this. But after, my stepdad kept running back to my mom, crying. And Annie, she was still bold because she was mad that her brother didn't pick Hoisha. So she would, like, my mom would come around and she would say shit. So my mom would buy her outside. She probably got slick with my mom, and my mom just, you know, fucking slapped her. She was there yelling and blah blah. And then everybody's mad and blaming my mom because my grandma was under so much stress that she fainted. And everybody was worried and everything. She was okay after all, but then they were like blaming my mom, saying that she was the one to blame for her fainting, and you know, like you over here coming over here causing drama. Mind you, yeah, my mom shouldn't have done that or whatever, but I'm not gonna shit. I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm not gonna come in and you're not gonna be making smart remarks about me, and you think I'm gonna let it slide? No, hell nah. The fuck? And now you crying? You stupid. She pulls a restraining order on my mom, and she wants to take her to court for a restraining order, because she wants a restraining order on her. Like, what? Make it make sense. You and your little Hoisha ass friend bullied my mom for months. You killed her fucking baby. And now she fucking has had enough. Like, she walks in the room, you talk shit on her all the time. And now she has had enough, so she just decided to slap you. And you want a restraining order on her? And I thought you weren't a cop caller. So she takes my mom to court. And it comes the day. My mom goes to court. This is the story that my mom told me. She said that they went to court. They were standing in front of the judge. And my mom said that, first of all, Annie tried to lie and tried to say that the day that they were outside, my mom pulled out a knife out on her. Wait. No. No, you didn't. How much of an evil person can you be, bro? I wasn't there. I didn't witness what happened outside. But at the time, I was like, nah. No, like, she's absolutely lying. She would not have pulled a knife on you because she's fucking scared. Like, my mom's a scary cat. I'm like, she not carrying a knife with her. No. She thinking, like, the migra is in every corner. And that's the only reason I don't believe it. Because she don't carry a knife with her. Like, what are you talking about? Nobody really knows what happened. Only them two. So my mom says that she lies and tells the judge that she tried to pull out a knife on her, and that on top of that, she told the judge that, oh yeah, she doesn't have her papers. She's not a citizen. She's not even from here. And the judge was like, okay, like, what does that have to do with what we're here for today? Like, that shit stayed with me till this day. Because I'm like, what kind of fucking evil ass person do you have to be? You know what you were doing with that fucking information that you were giving out. You know what you were doing. You were trying to get her deported. And it's fucking crazy because it's like, aside from all the drama that you guys have going on, whatever the fuck you guys have going on for whatever the reason is, why don't you think about the kids? Me, okay, like, I'm not your real niece, right? Your brother has a baby with my mom. Do you not care about your brother's baby since you love your brother so much? You're trying to get her, like, their parents deported. Like, you trying to get my parents, or, like, okay, say, like, you know, my stepdad's still here. You trying to get my mom deported, bruh. That's some evil ass shit, bruh. That's some evil ass fucking shit right there. My mom got hella lucky with the judge that she got. They did end up like giving her the restraining order, which it was fucking stupid because I was like, okay, then what? Like, you live in apartment A. Like, what are you doing? And then one day, like, my parents, nobody's home. It's just me and my little brother. And I hear a knock at the door, so I go get it. It's Mary's little sister. And I'm like, yeah. And she looks at me, she was like...
Mary said that she could beat you up and that she wants to fight you.
And I was standing at the doorway like... what? Like, what? Like, what are we fighting for? Like... in my head, but I was like, alright, tell your sister to come tell me that into my face. Why is she sending you to be the messenger? She could come tell me herself. What, is she scared? The fuck? I'm right here. And she was like, she was little at the time. And she was like, okay. And she just ran back to her little apartment. And did I hear from Ari ever again? Exactly. Like, the fuck are you doing? Like, what are we fighting about? What's the fight about? Mary. The fuck? One day we're sitting in the living room and my mom's watching her little fucking Caso Cerrado and shit on the TV. And if you know, you know. And she has her curtains open and she sees that Annie is outside throwing her trash out. And she tells me, she's like, because, you know, she had the restraining order, so she couldn't go up to her because Annie was going to call the cops as soon as she got close to her. So she was like,
go up to her and tell her that I said I'm sorry about everything and just ask her if she forgives me.
And I was like, okay. And I was like, oh, I was all fucking awkward, bro. Why am I always put in these fucking awkward ass fucking positions, situations, and shit? Like, ugh, like, I was dreading going over there. So I go over there and I'm like, hey, Annie. And she was like, hey, mija. Like, shut up, you fake ass bitch. In my head, I'm just like cussing her the fuck out. But on the other side, I'm being all nice because, you know, my mom would always tell me, like, you have to respect your elders. And so I'm like, Annie, my mom said, you know, and I told her, like, what she said, that she apologized and she forgives me. She looks at me. This is how I know this bitch is evil, you guys. She looks at me in my eyes. No. Turns around and walks back. You guys, my heart sank because I was like, fuck, now I gotta tell my mom this because, like, for some reason I just knew that my mom was gonna be hurt about her answer because she had been crying again. And now I'm hurt because the way she said it, like, I looked into her eyes and I just seen evil. And how you gonna tell that to a kid? Like, if I was her, I would have been like, tell your mom that. Or I would have been like, so this is adult situation, so I'm not gonna answer that question. Your mom shouldn't be sending you over here to tell me shit, you know? Like, dang, this bitch is evil. So I go back and I tell my mom, you know, it's like, she said no. And she's like, what did you tell her? And I'm like, what you told me? And she's like, what? She literally made me run it back to her, like, say how you said it to her. And I'm like, I said the whole thing. I'm over here like, damn. I'm like, keep giving this fucking stupid ass speech. And she's like, and she said no, and I'm like, yeah. And then she just starts bawling. And I'm like, my heart over here hurting once again. I'm just looking at my mom cry, and she's just hella hurt. And I'm thinking, like, how did all this got flipped on her? Like, she's guilty for all this. And that's what, like, just pissed me off about this fucking bitch. Like Annie, she's just miserable ass person. After this, you know, she didn't really give a fuck up about the restraining order again. Of course, like, we were going to, like, Christmas at grandma's. Like, we would go there for a little bit and shit. When we would go there, I don't know, like, why, like, Annie, like, what the fuck she was thinking or something. Like, I don't know if she did it on purpose, like, if she didn't give a fuck, or if she was just fucking stupid or what, because even though my first language was Spanish, like, I learned English, and I understood it, and I to this day, I have an accent, and I'm sure that my accent was way stronger back then, but I understood it pretty well already. And we would come in, but my mom didn't know it, and she understands it more now, but back then she didn't understand shit. We would come in, like, if, say it was like Thanksgiving or like Christmas, and the whole family was already there, and then we would show up, we would come through the door, and I'll be behind my mom and shit. And as soon as, like, we would come in the door, Annie would be like, oh, it smells like shit in here. Who does that in front of, like, she would do that in front of me, and that shit would hurt my feelings, because that's my mom, like, and my mom wouldn't even say shit, because she was just clueless, like, she didn't know what she was saying, and that shit would piss me off, and I wanted to fucking say something, but I knew I was gonna get my ass chewed out by everybody, or, like, my mom, especially, because she was like, you gotta respect the elders no matter what, okay? At the end of the day, that's your tia. Like, no, that bitch is not. No. That's why when I turned 18, I was like, bitch, I don't have to respect you. I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to be nice to you. If I see you, like, at, like, a family fucking function or something, or if I run into you, like, I don't have to be nice to you, okay? Don't come and talk to me, okay? Because now I don't have to respect my elders. Fuck you, okay? I don't have my mom in my ear telling me, like, I respect the elders. No, I'm grown now. Once I turned 18, I was like, no. And I would hear that shit, and I would just, and then she would look at me and, like, try to say hi to me, like, hola, mija, and I'm like, do you think I'm that stupid, or, like, what are we doing here? Like, what is going on right now? Are you, like, is something missing up here? Like, is something loose up here? Like, what the fuck is going on? And I'll just be like, And then inside, I'll be so fucking mad, you guys. So fucking mad. I was like, how do you do that in front of a fucking child, bro? And she did that for so long until one day, my mom was like, oh, I don't even want to go to your mom's anymore, blah, blah. And when she was saying that, I was like, finally, like, I was wondering why we kept going back there, you know. It was, every time we walk in, negative ass energies, you guys. All the cousins, nobody would talk to me. I was the fucking loner in the corner with my parents. Like, my mom would just be with my stepdad or whatever, standing, talking to whoever she did talk to, whoever she got along with. But I was just the fucking idiot in the corner. None of my cousins talked to me. Nobody really considered me family there, literally. And I always just fucking hated going there, especially on the holidays, because I just felt fucking awkward over here in the back, just sitting there with nothing to do. I didn't have a phone. I didn't have no fucking distractions. I just sitting there fucking awkward, looking like a fucking idiot. And I fucking hated it, over there giggling, and you could just feel the tension and the negativity in the air, and it was just, and then some of them were drinking, and I was like, bruh, if we stay here when they're drunk, some shit's gonna go down. And I would just be so anxious, and then we would leave, and I'm like, so when my mom brought that up, like, I don't really want to go to you, and it was gonna be an argument, I was like, let me just say this real quick, so he don't have a valid reason, you know, because right now, right now my mom didn't have a valid reason, you know, she just didn't want to go. You know, and they were gonna start arguing. And I told my mom, like, I don't want to go either. And she was like,
why? Like, had they said something to you or something?
And I was like, nah, because Every time you enter the room, they talking about it smells like shit, and they talking about all this shit, right? And she's like,
how come you haven't told me?
I'm like, well, you told me to mind my kid business. And she's all getting mad at me. She's like,
Ay, cuando debes, y cuando no, ahí andas.
And I'm like, that's what you told me, like, the fuck? Because through all this time, you guys, she's still going off on me and yelling at me and doing all this other shit. So we're always, like, bickering, you know? I'm always in a bad attitude because they never be nice to me, so what the fuck? Why do you expect me to be having a good attitude and shit when you're not nice to me at all? Now she has that valid point. So my sister's like, oh, well, like, ¿por qué no quieres ir? It's like, well, how come you don't want to go? And so she tells me that, like, when I go in, she's like, you know, Jacqueline already told me. She already told me she understands them and she always has to hear it. And, you know, she's doing all that. Like, she knows how to sell it. She knows how to sell a good point. She ends up, like, convincing my stepdad. And my stepdad, too, like, I could even tell, like, he didn't even really enjoy being over there either. Because he probably knew, like, anytime, like, shit was about to pop off. And after that, like, my mom pretty much told my stepdad that he couldn't talk to Annie anymore. Even though and that was a whole ordeal too. Like, Annie was pissed. And he would talk to her, like, if he would go, like, drop off my little brother to my grandma's to, like, babysit. And Annie would be there, and they would, like, chat it up for a little bit, like, how you been? Because they can't talk, you know, because my mom don't want him talking and shit. And it's fucking valid. Like, why are you talking to your sister? She tried to fucking, like, throw the migra on you guys. Try to fucking deport you guys and shit. Like, why are you talking to your sister? But, you know, to each his own. He would talk to her, and if that shit would get back to my mom, oh, it was a big ass fight, you guys. So eventually, I guess my stepdad got tired of those fights, and he's just completely stopped talking to Annie. Those comments, like, continue, but then we stopped going around there, and we would just go to, like, my mom's friends' houses and shit for holidays. And I was like, good, because over here, like, I was still awkward in the corner, but over here, everybody was nice. Everybody, like, oh, ¿quieres de comer, mija? ¿Te sirvo o te sirves tú sola? Like, what do you want? ¿Pozole or birria? Like, what do you want? Everybody was nice. Are you okay, mija? You're cold? ¿No quieres bailar? Vente, vamos a bailar. Like, good vibes and everything, you know what I mean? Laughing, everything. It was so much, like, I was like, I'd rather be alone over here than over there. Because over there, I'm a loner with anxiety up the ass. And over here, I'm just chilling. Even though I'm, like, still mad. Because I'm like, I'd rather be home. But it's better than being over there. Eventually, I don't know. We just stopped talking to that bitch. We never talked to her ever again. I don't even know if my stepdad talks to her. Or, like, he's even in contact with her. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking care. But I'll never fuck with that bitch. I'll never fuck with Humpty Dumpty. And I'll never fuck with Humpty Dumpty. A whole story on its own, too, with his brother. Okay, I was dating his brother. I was dating my step-cousin when I was 16 and he was 26. Yep. Disgusting. And that's a whole story of its own. And Humpty Dumpty comes into play because that cousin I was dating, anyways, that cousin I was dating, that's Humpty Dumpty's brother. So that's, both of them, that's a story in itself. And Corella, I never even seen that bitch after that, and thank God I didn't, because I probably would have fucking gone to jail. And years later, you know, I'm with my wife already, and we're gonna get married. And so shit, word starts getting out, because, you know, I invited my grandma for my stepdad's mom, because that's, you know, I love my grandma. So I invited my grandma, and word got out that I'm getting married. So one day I'm on Facebook, and I'm on Messenger. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm gonna try to find the message I'm putting on the screen right here. It's Annie talking about, congratulations, Mia, you're so grown, or some shit. I don't fucking know. And I was like, thanks. That's literally all I wrote back. Thanks. I'm sitting there contemplating, like, should I reply? The fucking nerve. The nerve you have. And I just write thanks, like, just being petty, like, thanks. Dry as hell. Girl, you ain't getting no damn invitation to my wedding. Like, why are you reaching out? I don't care about you. I don't care that you think I'm so grown and you're proud of me and congratulate. I don't care. Keep that shit to yourself, bruh. Don't message me. Get off my messages. The fuck? You guys, I wanted to go off so bad, but I was like, nah. I want to be a better person. Before I got with my wife, ooh, that me, if she would have messaged that me, clean the fuck out, okay? Because I was just waiting on someone to reach out so I could be disrespectful as fuck. But after, I was like, nah, I'm trying to be grown. I'm trying to be a better person. No negativity in my life. Like, I don't need it. So I'm like, I'm just gonna be a little petty and say dry ass thanks. I started hearing that a lot of his family was talking about, like, where's my invitation? How come I didn't get invited? Like, do you talk to me? Do you consider me family? Why do you want an invitation to my fucking wedding? You don't talk to me. You don't make me feel like family. You don't make me feel welcome. There's a handful of people in my stepdad's family that do and have made me feel like family. And those are the people that I invited to the wedding. The rest that were like reaching out and that were like, where's my invitation? And asking my grandma for invitations. And my grandma's asking, like, oh, are you gonna give so and so an invitation? Like, they knew what they were doing, because I was like, fuck, how do I say no to my grandma? But I was like, I'm putting my foot down. I don't care. I'm not gonna have no negative energy at my wedding. Fake vibes, fake love. Not having that. Hell to the fucking no. But you know what, you guys? Till the last time I seen Mary around family function, which was like maybe like a year ago or 2 years ago, and her little sister, the little one that went to go deliver the message, that was little, didn't even know what the fuck was going on, she grown now too. They both still give me dirty ass looks. Like, I don't get it, because then they be talking about the past is in the past. There's no beef, no nothing. Like, we could be cool. But then they see me somewhere and they don't talk to me still. And then they, on top of that, they give me dirty looks. Like, you don't have to talk to me, but why you mugging me? And first of all, if you're not talking to me because you expect me to talk to you first, baby, I'm not gonna talk to you first. I didn't do shit to you. Why am I gonna go kiss your ass? The fuck? Like, okay, that's cool. Like, I never had beef with them in the first place, so what are you talking about? There's no beef. From my side, there was never no beef. Like, the fuck? If they talk to me, like, I'm be polite and I'm be cordial. You know, I'm gonna be respectful, because like, I'm not holding nothing against that. That's already in the past, you know. But at the same time, I'm not gonna be the one that goes in over there and talks to you. Okay? I'm not gonna give you dirty looks either. I'm just gonna be minding my business. That was a fucking shit show story, you guys. I already know this whole little series is gonna be all over the place, you guys. And I'm probably gonna remember some stuff when I'm editing. I don't know if I'll add him, but I feel like I basically cover the most important parts of everything. And yeah, let's do another one before we sign out. Where's my lighter, bruh? I fucking hate losing my lighter. What the fuck? It's like they run away, bruh. Chill. What is it doing all the way over there? It was kind of weak, but I'm out.